The power just went out. You have 24 hours before small mistakes become life-threatening emergencies. Most people think blackouts are just about lost lights and boredom. They're dead wrong. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the 10 hidden dangers lurking in the first day of a blackout that nobody talks about, and how one overlooked detail could put your family at risk. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to tackle water shortages, food spoilage, sanitation emergencies, and security threats before they spiral out of control. You'll learn the critical mistakes people make in the first 24 hours and how to avoid them. Because when the lights go out, preparation is the only thing standing between you and chaos. Welcome to Food Decider, where we help you make smart decisions when it matters most. If you want to stay prepared and never get caught off guard, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss life-saving content like this. Now let's dive into the reality of day one and what you need to survive it. When the power fails, most people instinctively worry about food, but here's the truth that could save your life. Water is your absolute first priority. The moment electricity stops flowing, your water supply is already on borrowed time. Think about how your home gets water. If you're on a well, your pump stops working the instant the power goes out. No electricity means no pump, and no pump means no water, period. But even if you're connected to a municipal water system, you're not safe. These systems rely on pressure tanks that only have enough reserve to last a few hours. As everyone in your neighborhood starts using water at the same time, demand spikes and pressure drops. Your taps will slow to a trickle, then stop completely. Here's what makes this truly dangerous. While you can survive weeks without food, you'll only last about 3 days without water. But the effects of dehydration start much sooner than that. Within hours, you'll experience headaches, dizziness, and confusion, symptoms that impair your judgment and ability to respond to other emergencies. You need clear thinking during a blackout, and dehydration robs you of that. So what do? The moment you realize the power is out, start filling every container you can find. Bathtubs, pots, pans, buckets, empty bottles, everything. Don't wait to see if the water will keep running. Act immediately. If you have water purification tablets or a filtration system, keep them ready. You'll want to aim for at least 1 gallon per person per day. And don't forget your pets in that calculation. Here's the critical part. Once the taps stop, it's too late. Panic sets in fast. People will crowd public water sources, and tensions rise quickly when resources become scarce. Get your water secured first, before anything else. It's your lifeline, and without it, nothing else matters. Now let's talk about that refrigerator full of food. The moment the power goes out, your fridge becomes a ticking bomb. According to the USDA, perishable food enters what they call the danger zone within just 4 hours of losing refrigeration. This isn't about food tasting bad. This is about bacteria thriving in that temperature range and turning your fresh groceries into a breeding ground for serious illness. Milk, eggs, meats, and leftovers are the first to go. You need a strategy, and you need it fast. Start eating your most perishable items first. That leftover chicken from yesterday, it's dinner tonight. The milk that's been open for a few days, use it now. Fresh meat, cook it as soon as you can. Your freezer is a different story. A full freezer can keep food safe for up to 48 hours if you keep the door closed. If it's only half full, you've got about 24 hours. The key is to resist the temptation to keep checking on it. Every time you open that door, you're releasing precious cold air. Treat your freezer like a sealed vault. For cooking, you'll need alternatives. Camp stoves, solar cookers, or outdoor grills work great, but never ever use them indoors. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a real danger, and it's silent and deadly. Keep all cooking equipment outside or in well-ventilated areas only. Stock up on non-perishables now, before the blackout happens. Canned goods, dried fruits, nuts, protein bars, these are your backup when the fresh food runs out. And here's the hard truth. You don't know how long this blackout will last. Ration your food accordingly. Make every bite count. But there's another crisis brewing in your home that most people don't even think about until it's too late. Without running water, your toilet becomes completely useless. This isn't just inconvenient, it's a genuine health hazard. Waste accumulates fast, odors intensify, bacteria multiply at an alarming rate. For families with children, elderly members, or anyone with a compromised immune system, the infection risk skyrockets. You need a solution, and you need it immediately. Here's what works. Grab a sturdy 5-gallon bucket and line it with a heavy-duty trash bag. This is your emergency toilet. Add kitty litter, sawdust, or shredded newspaper after each use to absorb moisture and control odors. It's not glamorous, but it works. Place this makeshift toilet in a ventilated area away from your living spaces. Use a tight-fitting lid to contain odors and keep insects out. When it comes to disposal, never dump waste near water sources or anywhere it could contaminate your surroundings. Seal the bags tightly and store them away from your home until proper disposal is possible. Stock up on hand sanitizer, baby wipes, feminine hygiene products, and diapers if you have young children. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. Proper hygiene during a blackout can prevent illness from spreading through your household. Containment and cleanliness are your best defense against turning a blackout into a full-blown health crisis.
Your phone battery is draining. Every percentage point that disappears feels like losing a lifeline, because that's exactly what it is. During a blackout, a dying phone battery isn't just inconvenient, it's isolating and potentially dangerous. Communication is your connection to safety, information, and loved ones. When your phone dies, you're cut off. Treat your phone battery like gold from the moment the power goes out. Dim your screen to the lowest comfortable level. Close every app you're not actively using. Switch to airplane mode when you're not making calls or checking for updates. Every bit of power you save could be the difference between reaching help and being stranded in silence. Limit your phone use to emergencies only. Resist the urge to scroll through social media or check the news constantly. Every swipe drains precious battery life. If you have portable power banks, use them wisely. Don't blow through all your backup power in the first few hours. Ration it like you're rationing water. Consider alternative communication methods. Walkie-talkies don't depend on cellular networks or battery-hungry smartphones. Ham radios can connect you with emergency services and other prepared individuals when everything else fails. These tools might seem old-fashioned, but they're incredibly reliable when modern technology lets you down. Here's something simple but critical. Write down important phone numbers and addresses in a physical notebook. Right now, not later, now. When your phone dies, and eventually it will, paper never runs out of battery. You'll need those emergency contacts, family numbers, and addresses when you can't just look them up on your screen. Stay calm and conserve your resources. Communication is your lifeline to the outside world. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it might. The silence is what gets to people first. No TV humming in the background, no music playing, no endless scroll through social media, just the sound of your own thoughts and the unsettling quiet of a powerless home. This silence can be overwhelming, and that's why entertainment during a blackout isn't a luxury, it's a mental health necessity. The psychological toll of a blackout is real. Anxiety builds in the darkness. Boredom amplifies stress. Children get restless. Adults get irritable. Without something to occupy minds and lift spirits, a manageable situation can quickly deteriorate into tension and conflict. Break out the board games and playing cards. These simple activities spark laughter and conversation. They bring people together in ways that screens never could. A competitive game of Monopoly or a collaborative puzzle can transform anxiety into engagement. It gives everyone something to focus on besides worrying about when the power will return. Jigsaw puzzles are perfect for blackouts. They're shared challenges that people can work on together or individually. They require just enough concentration to quiet anxious thoughts without being stressful. And in the glow of battery-powered lanterns, puzzle pieces become a meditative escape from the chaos outside. Storytelling is an ancient art that thrives in darkness. Share family memories. Tell stories from your childhood. Ask your kids about their dreams and fears. These conversations reconnect you in ways that busy, electrified life rarely allows. The blackout becomes an unexpected opportunity for genuine connection. For solo time, consider journaling. Writing down your thoughts and experiences helps process stress and anxiety. Sketching, even if you're not an artist, can be therapeutic. Meditation and deep breathing exercises calm your nervous system and help you maintain perspective. These moments of stillness aren't empty, they're restorative. A battery-powered radio is worth its weight in gold. It brings news, music, and a sense of connection to the outside world. Hearing a familiar voice or a favorite song can lift spirits in ways nothing else can. It reminds you that beyond your darkened home, life continues and help is out there. Laughter and connection are powerful antidotes to anxiety. Use this time to build resilience. Learn more about yourself and your loved ones. The darkness doesn't have to be something you merely endure. It can be something that strengthens your bonds and reveals your capacity for adaptation. But while you're managing entertainment and morale, there are critical supplies people forget about until it's too late. Medications, hygiene products, and pet needs often get overlooked in favor of the obvious supplies like food and flashlights. This oversight can turn stress into a genuine health emergency. Missing a dose of essential medication isn't just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. If you or someone in your family takes prescription medications, you need backup supplies. Talk to your doctor about getting emergency refills. Store medications in waterproof containers to protect them from humidity and potential leaks. Know exactly where they are so you can grab them quickly in the dark. Don't forget over-the-counter medications, painkillers for headaches and injuries, allergy relief, antacids for stress-related stomach issues, cold medicine. These might seem minor, but when you're dealing with a headache in complete darkness with no way to get to a pharmacy, that bottle of ibuprofen becomes invaluable. Hygiene products maintain dignity and health during a crisis. Soap, toothpaste, deodorant, feminine hygiene products, diapers, baby wipes, stock up on all of it. Running out of these basics during a blackout adds unnecessary misery to an already difficult situation. Baby wipes are especially versatile when water is scarce. They clean hands, faces, and surfaces when showers aren't possible. Your pets depend entirely on you, and they don't understand why their routine has been disrupted. Make sure you have enough pet food and water for several days. Keep medications current.
Have spare litter boxes for cats. Dogs need leashes, carriers for transport if you need to evacuate, and some familiar toys or treats to help them cope with the stress of disrupted routines. Organize all these essentials in a grab-and-go container. A large plastic bin or duffel bag works perfectly. When the lights go out, you won't waste time searching through cabinets in the dark. Everything you need will be in one place, ready to use. Planning ahead means you'll be glad you thought of these details when everyone else is scrambling. As night falls and darkness settles over your neighborhood, a new set of challenges emerges. The first night of a blackout is a psychological test. Without streetlights illuminating the streets or security systems protecting your home, you're more vulnerable than usual. This isn't paranoia, it's reality. Burglars, looters, or even just curious wanderers might see the darkness as an opportunity. Your first line of defense is simple but essential. Lock every door and window in your home. Check them all, even the ones you think are secure. Reinforce weak points with deadbolts, security bars, or even wooden dowels and sliding door tracks. These basic measures create barriers that deter opportunistic intruders. Outdoor lighting becomes crucial when municipal lighting fails. Solar-powered or battery-operated motion sensor lights can illuminate key areas around a property without draining your emergency power supply. The sudden activation of a motion light is often enough to scare off anyone with bad intentions. It shows that someone is paying attention, that the home isn't abandoned. Inside, keep flashlights and lanterns easily accessible in every room. Test them regularly. There's nothing worse than grabbing a flashlight in an emergency and discovering dead batteries. Know where your light sources are even in complete darkness. Practice finding them with your eyes closed so panic doesn't slow you down. Your neighbors are your greatest asset during a blackout. Exchange contact information now, before the crisis hits. Set up a simple watch system where people check in on each other and keep an eye on the street. A strong community presence is the best deterrent against crime. When neighbors look out for each other, everyone's security increases. Create an emergency plan for your family. Identify exit routes from every room. Designate safe spots where family members should gather if there's a threat. Keep emergency contact numbers written down where everyone can find them. Check entry points you might not think about. Basement windows, garage doors, pet doors, and secure them properly. Vigilance during a blackout isn't paranoia, it's preparation. With the right tools, awareness, and community support, you can protect your home and loved ones through the darkness. Security is about being ready, not being afraid. But security isn't just about intruders. Temperature extremes can be just as dangerous. And without heating or air conditioning, your home's climate can quickly become life-threatening. Surviving extreme cold or heat during a blackout isn't about comfort, it's about safety. In cold weather, your body loses heat faster than you might realize. Layer your clothing, blankets, sweaters, jackets, anything that traps warm air close to your skin. Multiple thin layers work better than one thick one because they create insulating air pockets between them. Create warm zones in your home by closing off unused rooms. Why heat spaces you're not using? Concentrate your family in 1 or 2 rooms and insulate the windows with heavy curtains, blankets, or even cardboard. Every bit of heat you can trap and hold makes a difference. Emergency blankets and sleeping bags are designed to trap body heat effectively.
If you have them, use them. Layer sleeping bags if you have multiple ones. Huddle together with family members. Shared body heat keeps everyone warmer than spreading out. If you have a wood stove or fireplace with proper ventilation, these are your best heat sources. But never use ovens or gas stoves for heat. The carbon monoxide risk isn't worth it. These appliances aren't designed for heating, and they can fill your home with deadly, odorless gas before you realize what's happening. You can create makeshift heat sources by warming bricks or water bottles outside using a safe flame. Then bring them inside wrapped in towels. They act like old-fashioned hot water bottles, radiating warmth for hours. Place them near your core or at your feet when sleeping. In hot weather, the challenge flips. Block sunlight from entering your home by covering windows with curtains, blankets, or reflective materials. Direct sunlight heats your home rapidly, so prevention is key. Stay hydrated constantly. Your body uses water to cool itself through sweating, so you'll need more water in extreme heat than you would normally. Eat light meals. Heavy food requires more energy to digest, which generates more body heat. Battery-powered fans help circulate air and create a cooling breeze even without air conditioning. They won't lower the temperature, but they make the heat more bearable by evaporating sweat from your skin more quickly. Cool cloths placed on your skin, especially your neck, wrists, and forehead, help regulate your body temperature. Wet a cloth, wring it out, and use it to cool down. It's simple but effective. Your body is your thermostat during a blackout. In cold weather, stay active enough to generate body heat, but not so active that you sweat and get damp. In hot weather, minimize physical activity to avoid generating excess heat. Rest during the hottest parts of the day and save tasks for cooler morning or evening hours. Maintain a safe environment and wait for power to return. Temperature regulation is about smart adjustments and understanding how your body responds to extremes.
Here's the hard truth about blackouts. The first day is when you discover every preparation mistake you made. Dead batteries in your flashlight, a charger that doesn't work with your phone, missing hygiene products. These small oversights that seemed insignificant before the power went out suddenly become major problems. Batteries are the most common failure point. You reach for that flashlight you bought months ago, flip the switch, and nothing. The batteries are dead or corroded. Test your batteries regularly. Stock up on the right sizes for all your devices. Keep them stored properly in a cool, dry place. Rotate them out before they expire. This simple habit prevents the most common blackout frustration. Chargers and cables fail more often than you'd think. That charging cable you've been meaning to replace because it only works at a certain angle, it's useless during a blackout when you're trying to preserve your phone's battery in dim light. Check your equipment now. Make sure everything works. Have backup cables and adapters. Sanitation planning is something nobody wants to think about, but failing to plan for it creates immediate misery. That emergency toilet system we talked about earlier, you should have those supplies ready before the blackout hits. Scrambling to find a bucket and trash bags in the dark while dealing with a sanitation crisis is a nightmare you can avoid with simple preparation. Medications and hygiene products seem minor until you run out. Missing a dose of medication or running out of basic hygiene supplies adds unnecessary stress to an already difficult situation. Take inventory now. Fill gaps before the emergency arrives. Security oversights become obvious once it's dark. That window lock you've been meaning to fix, the back door that doesn't quite close properly. These vulnerabilities feel much more serious when you're trying to secure your home in complete darkness while worrying about potential intruders. Most preparation mistakes are completely preventable. Double check your supplies, test your equipment, address gaps before the power goes out. The time you spend preparing now saves you exponential stress and danger when the blackout actually happens. Walk through your home and honestly assess your readiness. What would fail first? What have you been putting off? What seemed unimportant that would actually matter? Fix these issues now while you have light, power, and easy access to stores. So here's what we've covered today. Blackouts are far more than a temporary inconvenience. They're a test of your resources, your resilience, and your preparation. The first 24 hours determine whether you'll manage the situation with confidence or spiral into chaos. Water comes first, always. Secure your supply before the taps run dry. Manage food carefully, eating perishables first and keeping that freezer closed. Handle sanitation immediately to prevent health hazards. Protect your phone battery like it's your lifeline to the outside world, because it is. Maintain mental health through entertainment and connection. Don't overlook medications, hygiene products, and pet supplies. They matter more than you think. Secure your home against vulnerabilities. Regulate temperature using layers, zones, and smart strategies. And learn from preparation mistakes before they cost you during an actual emergency. The key to surviving a blackout isn't just having supplies. It's having the right mindset. Stay calm, stay prepared, stay adaptable. Your preparation, your attitude, and your community are your greatest assets when the lights go out. Now you know what most people learn the hard way. Don't let day one catch you unprepared. If this video opened your eyes to dangers you hadn't considered, smash that like button and subscribe to Food Decider for more survival strategies that could save your life. Drop a comment and tell us, what's your biggest blackout concern? What are you most worried about when the power goes out? Let's help each other stay prepared and share our knowledge. Stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, when the lights go out, you're ready to thrive, not just survive.